Your lick back. If a nigga gon' do something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga gon' do something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX. J-Way. I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless. I'm gone. Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. Give me that. To the trends. See a lead, be the band.
Welcome to Bleachers to Speakers. I'm your host, June, and right now we're doing our off-season vibe type thing, but I'm doing it a little different. Right here, I have my featured player of the week, old school edition. But before I get in that and talk about this person here, I want everyone to subscribe to Bleachers Speakers on YouTube, and also for your audio fix, follow us on the podcast aggregators. That's Bleachers Speakers FFSN in your search, and you'll be searching in platforms like Spotify, YouTube Music, Pandora Music, anywhere you can hear an audio podcast. You can find us there. That's Bleachers Speakers FFSN. Make sure that that alert button is on, so when we drop content, you'll get the alert, and we want you to download those episodes, erase them, download them again. It's very important that you download those episodes. They don't take that much. We just want credit for our downloads. That's all we're trying to do. This guy, if you're not watching and you're listening, I have a man on the screen here. And this man I'm talking about is none other than Robert Porcher. And I thought it was only fitting to talk about him because right now we could use a guy like Robert Porcher on the opposite side of Hutch. And I think in today's league, he would still be doing what he's doing. This guy was a pass rush specialist. He was a dominant force for the Detroit Lions from 1980 to 2000. He played about 13 years. He had 102 sacks over that tenure. And for right now, that's still the franchise record, 102 sacks. I think it's in jeopardy, though. I think there's a young man, Mr. Hutch, on the other side. Right now, he's on pace to get that record in the next 9 years, but we'll see how that goes. He played in about 192 games. He had 8 fumble recoveries, and he had Pro Bowl. He was selected to the Pro Bowl several times. Tackle statistics wasn't his thing, right? But he was a guy that got sacks, and he was one of the funnier players in the league. I remember the bus. They played Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think it went into overtime, and they flipped the coin, and the refs got the coin toss wrong, and the bus is looking around like, I didn't call that. And Robert Porcher was like, good call, and kind of smiled, and the Lions wound up getting the ball, scoring on the first possession to end the game. The refs definitely botched that, but it was Robert Porcher at the 50-yard line smiling, saying good call, and he knew that the refs botched that up, but he wasn't about to say anything. But this guy was a man. He was one of those guys that, and I'm pretty sure he was a good locker room person. I haven't heard anything but good things as a player from him in the locker room. He has from last I remember, he had a good restaurant in Detroit, so he's still around. And this guy would be one of those players that we wish we could have on the opposite side of Hutch. Like I said before, this guy was a guy. When we say he's a guy, that means he laced those cleats up. He went to work. None other than Robert Porcher. He doesn't have glaring numbers, but if you were around to watch this guy play, you know you can depend on him to get to the quarterback. Subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube.
Get your lick back. If a nigga gon' do something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your ish splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back.